Hi, I'm Beth from the Wilton Test Kitchen, and today I want to share with you one of my favorite recipes for a classic dessert pound cake. I love pound cake because it's so versatile. You can do a million things with it. You can serve it on its own, just dusted with powdered sugar. It's great with coffee or tea. Add fresh berries and maybe some whipped cream for a light dessert. You can drizzle it with like a salty caramel and maybe some chopped pecans for like a really decadent treat. Turn it into a trifle, cut up cubes, do fondue with it. Really, the options are endless. But first, what we need to do is bake a perfect pound cake. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. I'm going to start with a fluted tube pan. And this is going to be great because it's going to be the exact heat that we need to bake our pound cake through. And it's going to give really nice shape with no work at all. So what you need to do is spray your pan, get it ready for the oven. And you can see I've sprayed my pan a lot. I've given it a nice coating and made sure I got all the way around into all the edges. Pound cakes can be known to stick, so spray well to ensure that your cake comes out nicely. Then go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. I have 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour here. Don't use cake flour for this recipe. All-purpose is the way to go. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Just mix those together till they're well combined. I have 4 sticks of butter, that's 1 pound, and it's softened, so it's at room temperature. Put it into your mixer. And to that I'm going to add 1 3/4 cups of granulated sugar. Then go ahead and attach your paddle attachment to your mixer. And just cream these together on low speed until they're light and fluffy. So my butter and my sugar are nice and light and well combined. They've lightened in color. And that's when you know it's time to start adding your eggs. I have 6 eggs cracked into a bowl here, and I'm going to add them to my butter sugar mixture one at a time. You want to beat really well in between each egg so that it gets fully incorporated into the butter and sugar. That's what makes for a perfect pound cake. Perfect mixing. At any point while you're adding your eggs, feel free to stop the mixer and scrape down the sides and the bottom of the bowl, especially if you see butter clinging to the sides. Again, it's really important to get everything really, really well combined, so stop and do that whenever you think you need to. Now we're going to add the flavor for our cake, pure vanilla extract. And I have 1 1/2 teaspoons of that measured out. Pour it into the bowl and just turn it on until it's mixed through. Perfect. Now all we have to do is add our dry ingredients, our flour mixture, to our bowl. All of our flour goes into the bowl at one time. Then you're just going to mix it on low speed for 1 whole minute. Stop and scrape down the bowl whenever you need to so it gets well combined, and you really want to mix this until it looks smooth. So set a timer, 1 minute. 1 minute later, your batter will be really, really thick but perfectly smooth, and that's what you want. Let me show you. The batter is so thick it actually sticks to the beater. That's what's going to make this cake extra rich and give the cake a really, really fine crumb. So we're going to go into our sprayed pan and then just go ahead and smooth the top. All right, that looks great. So we're going to pop this into our preheated 350 degree oven. It's going to bake for between 50 and 55 minutes, but make sure to test it in the center with a cake tester. Cake is done when it comes out completely clean. So my cake has been out of the oven and cooling on a cooling grid for 15 minutes. And that's when you're going to want to loosen the sides of the cake from the pan just slightly, especially if it's baked over the flute in the middle at all. Push that away so that it doesn't stick. And we sprayed our pan really well, so this should come out just fine. But you can use a little spatula if you need to kind of get down in there as well. But just be careful with your pan coating. Now we'll invert it onto a serving plate or a cake board. Check it out, it's perfect, and the fluted tube pan gave us a really, really great, beautiful, classic pound cake shape. Finish this off with a simple dusting of confectioner's sugar for the most basic way to serve a pound cake. And I like to use my dusting pouch for this. If you have confectioner's sugar in it, you can just tap it just so lightly to give a really, really fine dusting. And that looks perfect. Now I want to cut it open to show you how pretty the inside is. My cake is still a little bit warm because it's only had a 15-minute cool. But check it out. Perfect pound cake, really, really tight crumb inside and a beautiful golden exterior. This is going to be awesome with a cup of coffee. Now that you have this perfect pound cake recipe in your arsenal, we want to know what your favorite way is to serve pound cake. So let us know in the comments below, and I will see you next time with another recipe. Let's eat. It's good.